So what I have today to show you is an 8x10 view camera. And I just want to talk a little bit about it for those that may not have seen a camera like this before, or may not ever get a chance to see how one of these cameras work compared to any other camera. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to unlock this clasp, which lays this piece here down on the tail like this. Some cameras will have a single monorail that won't fold up. It's just a aluminum or plastic tube that holds the camera upright. And this particular camera has a knob that you push in and tighten it down to lock this into place into the back of the camera. The next thing we're going to do is take the two knobs down here on the front, and we're going to slowly move it outwards. Notice that one knob moves the entire mechanism while the other knob locks it down into place. Anyhow, that is what a normal, or I guess most 8x10 cameras look like, and that's just about how they operate. In the front here, you have an opening here. This opening is where the lens would go when you have one. 8x10 cameras and most view or field cameras, as they're sometimes called, don't have lenses built in. They take what is known as a lens board, and it's simple. You slide one side in, you got to put it the right direction, and there's the lens board. And it's a little tongue and groove. There's a little thing that hangs down, and you just slip it up and then it falls back down. Very easy. It's a whole lot easier when there's a lens attached to the lens board. As you can see, if I move this closer to where the camera is, you can see my hand moving back here. But it doesn't look clear like this one. This doesn't look clear like this other hand it does. And if we spin the camera around to get a view of the back of the camera, you have back here what is called the ground glass. And the image that comes through the camera appears back here on the ground glass. And it's not very bright. Most people, you'll see the dark cloth or the focusing cloth come down over their heads so they can see and focus very finely back here on the ground glass. Like I was saying, when you fold this mechanism down, like you're going to put it on a tripod, this knob here has a spring-loaded action, and it's going to thread into this hole to keep this bed flat. The next movement, of course, is the front focus. There's one on this side as well, which we'll have to loosen in order to bring the front all the way forward as far as it needs to be. And you just simply turn this. Here now again is a good close-up of what the front of that camera looks like. and we would take a lens board with a lens on it, of course, and place it in here like so, and it's going to stay pretty firm in there. It's not going to move a whole lot on you. And then to take it out, you simply lift up, whoops, and pull out. On the back of the camera again, you can see the ground glass here, and this is where the image comes through and you focus on this piece of glass. There are hinges at the top on all four corners what allow the wood pane that the ground glass is located in to swivel like so, and it doesn't go very far, you know, but it moves in and out. The reason it needs to move in and out like that is so you can fit a film holder in that opening there. Now the way these work is very simple. There is a cloth or leather piece, thin piece here attached to this little piece of wood. So on these film holders here, which is what this is called, you can see they're quite big. Here it is compared to the size of the camera. This is an 8x10 film holder. What you would do is pull this dark cover out. And these are old and they stick sometimes. And this one is actually made out of plastic. Some of them are made out of metal, but this one's made out of plastic. Then what you would do is you come back here to the back of the holder and you lift this piece up here. And remember that piece of metal or leather or plastic that I told you about makes a small hinge. You lift that up and you then slide the film in underneath that. It's fairly easy to do. And then you close this back down. You then replace the dark slide and there's just enough clearance, if you can see that, this metal piece right here, the film goes under that, and the cover that covers the film to keep it light tight follows these grooves, which goes over top of this metal piece. So it's not supposed to scratch your negative if your film carriers are in good condition. The hinge at the back then locks the carriers in place, and you can't lift these up, or you can, but you'll tear up your $150 film holder.